500 randomly selected adult residents are surveyed to determine whether they have cell phones. Of the 500 people sampled, 421 responded yes, they own cell phones. Using a 95% confidence level, compute a confidence interval estimate for the true proportion of adult residents who have cell phones. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to determine the confidence level that we need and our Z star value based on that. So we need a 95% confidence level, and that means that Z star is going to be equal to 1 and 96/100ths. The next thing that we need to do is we need to go through the problem and determine the key pieces of information that we have here. Well, out of the people sampled, so that the total people sampled of 500, that's going to be our N value. And then 421 of them said yes, that they have a cell phone. So 421 is going to go over our N value to determine our sample proportion, or P hat. So P hat is going to be equal to 421 divided by 500. You can either put this into a calculator, or if you realize that 500 is half of 1,000, you could multiply the numerator and denominator by 2 and get 842 over 1,000, which translates into 842 thousandths. And again, if you put it in a calculator, you get the same value. And now that we know our P hat value and we have the Z star value and our N value, we can substitute them into our formula to determine the confidence interval. So that's going to be our sample proportion, or P hat, plus or minus our Z star value times the square root of P hat, or our sample proportion, times 1 minus our sample proportion, all divided by N. And this entire fraction is within the square root. Now, if we substitute the values in that we have from our problem into the formula, we have 842 thousandths plus or minus 1 and 96/100ths times the square root of 842 thousandths times 1 minus 842 thousandths, all divided by 500. And if we substitute these values into a calculator and evaluate, we will end up getting that our confidence interval is from 81% to 87 4/10%, which is answer choice B.